So one of the hardest parts about presenting actually isn't presenting. It's answering difficult questions from the audience. And to be honest, that's what most people fear, because they're worried about looking stupid. What happens if I can't answer the question? Everyone will look at me and think I don't know what I'm doing. But in actual fact, answering questions really isn't that difficult. So what I'm going to do now is just give you a few quick tips and ideas on how to handle questions when your audience throw them at you, and also how to handle those difficult questions that maybe you just can't answer. So let's just suppose that a member of the audience asks us a difficult question, or they openly disagree with us. How do we handle that situation? It's not always easy, but with a few tricks we can make it easier on ourselves. So the first trick or first tip that I'd like to give you is when somebody challenges you in your presentation, just respond back with a smile and say, "That's interesting. How specifically?" How specifically? Very simple. Now the reason that this works is because when someone makes a challenging point at you and you throw it back to them, they have to think again. They have to come up with an answer to your question. This allows you time to really think about the response that you want to give. It also puts the other person in the audience on the spot to come up with a good reason why they challenge you. And even if they challenge you again, you can still throw that back and say, "Oh, that's interesting. How specifically?" until you get to the root of the issue. Now we have to be honest too. If someone asks us a question that we really can't answer and we don't know the answer, we can't lie, we can't make it up, we have to be honest. My advice is, if someone asks you a difficult question, tell them that you will get back to them on it directly after the presentation, or you will send them an email. Don't try to avoid the question, don't try to make up an answer, just be very frank and honest and then move on. Don't get stuck on the question. Keep the presentation moving forward. Remember, you're in control, not the audience.